Hi everyone, in today's video I am going to show you how to make these adorable little St. Patrick's Day angels. They don't take many supplies, they're super easy to make, and they just make the sweetest St. Patrick's Day decor or gifts depending on how you'd like to use them. So let's go ahead and take a look at the supplies and then I will show you how to make these sweet little angels. So if you have been following my channel, you're going to recognize a lot of the supplies. I often use the same supplies to make my little holiday craft items. So we are going to use these 4-inch foam cones, and I will provide product links in the video description. So going to use a bobby pin or a barrette, and then also some wood slices. This one that I have is 3.5 inches. Anything between 3.5 and 4.5 inches will work great. Some green pipe cleaner, and then a 30mm wooden bead and an 8mm wooden bead. And that's for the head and for the hands. And then I just have some little items to decorate. I got these from Hobby Lobby and Amazon. I have some little St. Patrick's Day beads, some gold coins, some green gingham ribbon. I have some felt, I have some yarn for the doll's hair, and then I have my green macrame cord. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to take the foam cone, I'm going to apply some low temp hot glue to the very top, and I'm just going to start winding my yarn around the foam cone, and I'm going to glue as I go along. Once I get past the first 3 wraps, I'm going to start applying the glue vertically at 3 different points along the cone. And this is just going to make it quicker and easier to wrap. So I'm just going to make sure I catch the wraps in my little strips of glue. And then when I run out, I'll just add some more. And I'm only going about 3/4 of an inch to an inch worth of glue, just because the hot glue does dry quickly and you just don't want to really rush your wraps and have them maybe come out uneven. So I'm just kind of working at a comfortable pace. And then once I get to about the last 2 wraps, I'm just going to apply more glue like I did at the top and just make sure that I'm catching more of the string for those last 2 wraps. Then when I reach the bottom, I'm just going to cut the end of the string and just fasten it to the bottom with just a little dollop of glue. And now I'm going to take my barrette, I'm going to break it in half, and I'm going to use the sharp edge there, and I'm just going to dig it right into the center of the top of that cone. And this is where we're going to attach the head. I'm going to let about 1 inch of the barrette or the bobby pin stick out. And then once I've made my little hole, I'll just add a little dollop of glue and then stick the bobby pin back in just so it holds there. Now we can start working on our hair. So for our hair, we're going to, they're going to be 8 inches long, each strand of hair. So I'm taking this little 4-inch notepad and I'm just going to wrap my yarn around 26 times, 26 to 30 times. I put my yarn in a bowl just because it keeps it from flying all over the room. So that's a little trick that I kind of picked up along the way. And then once we have our little strips of hair, I'm just going to measure it, make sure it's the right size. I cut this about 8 inches. You probably could do fine with 6 inches if you want shorter hair. If you want longer hair, maybe make it 10 inches. I'm going to take one of the strands and just use that to tie off my little bundle of hair at the center. I'm just going to make a simple knot here. So I'm just going to finish my knot. You can make it a single knot or a double knot. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to take the pipe cleaner. This is a 12-inch long pipe cleaner. I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to stick the ends through through this wooden bead. And then once I have it so that there are about 3 inches of the ends of the pipe cleaner sticking out from the bottom of the wooden bead, then I know that my measurements are correct, and then I'm going to move to the next step, which is to add the hair. So I'm just going to take the hair and I'm going to add it so that that little knot in the center of the hair is right in the center of that loop at the top of the bead. Then I'm just going to twist my loop 3 times, and that's going to make sure that the hair is firmly secured, and it's also going to give us a little halo for the angel. I love that. And then those little green ends are going to be the angel's arms. I'm going to go ahead and just glue down the hair to the wooden bead just so it kind of sticks to the scalp so that when we make a ponytail, the hair stays down. You don't have to do this step if you don't want to. I just found it makes the hair stay better on the wooden bead. So I add some glue to the back and then also to the sides, and then I just press the hair into the glue just like that, just so that it's kind of sitting nicely on the edges of her face and then along the back of her head. Then I'm going to kind of take all of the hair and just make a little ponytail with it. I'm going to go ahead and get a little piece of ribbon. This is about 8 inches, and then I'm just going to tie a little bow. And you can use a little rubber band if you like. You could use a little piece of twine. You could use ribbon like I'm doing here. It's really up to you. However you want to attach the hair is fine. You could also leave her hair loose if you just want her to have, her hair down. I think that would be really cute too. I'm just going to cut the little edges off the bow there just to make it pretty, to have a little bit of a slant. And now let's go ahead and attach the head. I'm going to add glue all along that little barrette that's popping up out of there, as well as along the white foam tip. I'm going to attach the head and just hold it there for a second. Make sure that the glue is adhered, and then I'm going to bend the arms in. So I'm just going to bend them in towards the center of the chest, and then that's going to make it look like she is praying. I'm going to take the little bead, my little 8mm bead, and just attach it to both ends of the pipe cleaner. And now we have a sweet little angel who is holding her hands together in prayer. Now I have a piece of felt. This is about 4 inches by 4 inches. I'm taking my fabric marker just to trace along the edges. And now I'm just going to cut like about 1/8 of an inch inside that circle. So I didn't want the wood to show through on my base for the angel. So that's why I'm adding the felt. You could skip this step if you like. You could also just decorate the wooden base with like little gems or beads or stones. If you have a little charm that has a saying on it, you could add that. But I just wanted to have a little green base. I thought that it would tie the little angel together nicely. So just making sure that my felt fits. And then I'm going to go ahead and just take some hot glue and just add it to the top of the wood slice and then put my felt right on top. And now I have a nice, pretty little green base for my angel to sit on. Okay, so I'm going to take a little gold coin, and I decided
Make it
to
look
stick
like a
it
little
in the
crown,
center
but I
of the
think
pipe
it's fine
cleaner, just to leave the halo open if you like. I also have this little gnome charm, and I'm just going to stick that like right above her hand so it looks like she's holding this little gnome doll. And on the decorations for these little angels, you can get really creative and use whatever you like. So I have these little shamrock jewels that I got from Hobby Lobby, and those little St. Paddy's Day beads that I got from Amazon, and I just had fun decorating. I'm going to show you some other versions as well at the end. Now I'm going to take a piece of wire ribbon. This is about 1.5 inches wide, and it's 20 inches long. And I'm just going to glue the ends together to make a loop. This is what I'm doing to make the wings for the angel. You can skip this step if you like. I do have some versions of the angel without the wings. I'm going to fold it in half and then double it over itself. And I'm just going to make a little bow out of this ribbon, and I'm just going to tie it in the center with a little piece of that macrame cord that we use for the angel's dress. I'm going to spread apart the ribbon as well, or the bow as well, just to give it some volume. And this little bow is going to be attached to the back of the angel's back. I'm going to decorate the center of the bow with a little gold coin and a shamrock, add it to the angel's back. I cut her hair down a little bit just so that I could put the wings right beneath. Now that we're done decorating the angel, we're going to attach her to our base. So I'm just going to add some hot glue to the bottom. I'm going to place her right in the center. And that is going to do it for this angel. So you can go a step farther and you can decorate the base. And I'm going to show you 2 versions in a moment that have the base decorated. But I thought because she has the wings and she kind of has that big crown that was enough. Here's another version of the angel where I just took some beads and place them around the end of her dress to make it look like maybe it's a ruffle, or maybe she's just standing in a little field with all little St. Patrick's Day rocks around her. And then I have another version where I have a little pot of gold bead and some little gold coins, and I just attach those around the angel as well, especially if you want to send a wish of prosperity to the gift recipients if you decide to send these out as gifts. So I hope that this video inspired you, everyone, to make your own adorable little Irish angels for St. Paddy's Day. And if you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments and I will be sure to get back to you. Have a great day, and I will see you again soon in the next video.